The Long Island residence of NBA Hall of Famer and famed play-by-play commentator Mike Breen was severely damaged after a fire broke out. Breen, his family, and their dogs were unharmed, but all of their valuables were destroyed. This, unfortunately, isn't the first time the broadcaster has had to deal with a disaster. Come along as we examine the tragedy and what might have caused it. First of all, TMZ reported Mike Breen's house fire on the 25th of September. The Manhasset Lakeville Fire Department arrived on the site and encountered a fully involved house fire at 4 o'clock in the morning. Before starting the NBA season, Mike and his wife Roseanne were in California wrapping up their vacation. Just as they were about to board an aircraft back home, they received a call informing them that a fire broke out back home. They were informed that their home was completely destroyed and burned to the ground. It's really heartbreaking how all the memories connected to the house were obliterated in a matter of minutes. The fire department claimed that calls from Breen's neighbors and an alarm from the house had alerted them to the fire. The fire was fought with numerous hand lines, 2 ladder pipes, and a deck cannon. Its origin is now being looked into. A car can be seen parked in the driveway in the video of the devastation released by TMZ, but a fire department spokeswoman assured the news organization that no one was inside the house and there were no casualties. Moving on, the area was completely in flames by the time firefighters arrived. At that time, no one really had any options. The property's structural collapse and damage made it difficult for firefighters to put out the fire, necessitating the use of numerous crew members and equipment. Heavy gear had to be brought in to access the house. The house was reportedly already half burned down by the time firefighters reached the scene. The Breen family's possessions, including images of their children and family, sentimental objects, and handwritten game notes were destroyed. Breen even had to buy new outfits to wear by the time he had to return to TV. The firemen's apparent helplessness in thinking there was nothing they could do to stop the carnage can be seen in TMZ's footage of the event. Interestingly enough, the Breen's custom-built home, which was worth more than $1.75 million, had already experienced another calamity. Mike Breen and his family were evicted from the same home in 2012 after Hurricane Sandy wreaked havoc on the East Coast. At that time, Mike Francesca, another one of Breen's close pals who lived permanently in Manhasset, invited the NBA commentator and former WFAN update anchor to stay with him. Following up, the Knicks have been represented by Mike for more than 30 years. 61-year-old Breen is well known among Knicks fans for his work as a play-by-play guy at MSG after beginning to announce games on WFAN radio in 1992. Ever since Al Michaels departed from the network back in 2006, he has been the primary NBA play-by-play broadcaster for ESPN ABC, calling each NBA Finals series during that time. Additionally, he handled the call of regular season NFL games for NFL on NBC and NFL on Fox. Breen is famous for exclaiming "bang" and other phrases like "it's good" or "puts it in" after a crucial shot is made, typically extremely late in the game. Famous bang shouts include Ray Allen's game-tying jumper against San Antonio in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, and Stephen Curry's game-winning 38-foot three-pointer against Oklahoma City in 2016. Breen made the infamous bang call while attending Fordham University. He has mentioned how, as a spectator, he used to shout "bang" whenever a player made a big shot. He then made the decision to try out the phrase while calling games in the booth. He received an enthusiastic response right away, so he remained with it throughout the rest of his career, making it his trademark and leaving a lasting impression. What's more, the voice of the New York Knicks was back on the mic on the 4th of October. Despite the life-altering incident, Breen had to go back to work just under a week later because of the NBA preseason. For the Knicks' first preseason MSG broadcast on the 4th of October, Breen was back in charge of the call. Because he didn't want to interfere with the game, Breen didn't bring up the latest fire until 1 minute remaining in the 4th quarter. He stated, "I just want to give a heartfelt thanks to so many people who offered kindness and support this past week after the fire at my family's home on Long Island. Just a reminder for me of how many wonderful people there are in my life." He then went on to appreciate his longtime broadcast partner and Basketball Hall of Famer Walt Frazier. Next up, fans really came ahead for Breen's support, and the first one was Frazier himself. The broadcaster, who shared the room with Breen for decades, responded to his praise by telling his friend, "You're a good man. You're always giving, always caring and sharing." Fans also came ahead to support Breen when he needed it the most. An ESPN analyst, Dick Vitale, tweeted about the fire a few minutes after the incident was reported. Fans flooded the replies with prayers for Breen and the family instantly. It was actually Michael Kay, a broadcaster and lifelong friend of Breen's, who passed along his first message to the world world, telling them about the recent fire. In other news, the LA Clippers are sticking with Bally Sports. The Clippers and Bally Sports have a new multi-year agreement, according to the LA Times. Though it was never anticipated, the team's prior contract with their RSN expired over the summer. Before the contract was finalized, the news source claimed the sides were portrayed for weeks as close to a renewal. Other than the fact that it is a multi-year agreement, terms have not been disclosed. Bally Sports Plus will make numerous teams' games available in-market without a cable subscription, including the Clippers. The Clippers also have a deal with KTLA that will allow all 11 regular season games and the 4 preseason games to be broadcast on the over-the-air CW station. This agreement joins the one with Bally Sports. Bally Sports will broadcast 63 games, and the other games will be broadcast nationwide. The team's broadcasters from last season will be back, according to the Times. Brian Seaman will be the Clippers' play-by-play announcer, in addition to Jim Jackson and Mike Fratello, switching off as analysts, and Jamie Maggio and Christina Pink working as reporters. Next, Kyrie Irving assisted his fighter wife in giving birth. The second kid of the all-star point guard and his wife Marlene Wilkerson was born earlier this month. A YouTube influencer, Wilkerson published a video in June 2021 that included clips from her pregnancy and the delivery of their first boy at home. Irving participated in the first preseason game, despite the possibility that he would be summoned away from the 76ers match. Following his delivery, Irving arrived late for the Heart's defeat and sat on the sideline in casual attire to watch the game. Irving added, "My wife is a warrior. Women are everything, especially after they give birth, but after they give birth, you just want to give them their space to bond." In the Our Pregnancy Journey YouTube video, the couple shared the birth of their baby. Images and videos of them from during Wilkerson's pregnancy are also included in the 11-minute film. The pair didn't disclose the pregnancy until Wilkerson put the video on her page, the Find Guru, which is used to broadcast films about subjects, including entrepreneurship and health. Irving told the media that he wanted to be as involved in the birth as possible. That meant taking care of the house, the pregnant mother, and even making food sometimes. What an amazing guy, right? Lastly, after hitting Jordan Poole, Draymond Green is turning away from the Warriors. Green has expressed regret and promised to avoid the Golden State Warriors for a few days. This occurred after a video surfaced showing the star forward hitting teammate Jordan Poole during practice. The volatile 32-year-old apologized and claimed he is unsure when he will return to the squad. Green stated he would take an undetermined period of time off to allow his teammates a chance to heal and to give himself a chance to refocus. The Warriors have not yet formally punished Green for his role in the altercation with a ban or fine. Green apologized to the Warriors organization, his teammates, and Poole's family, and said that he had failed as a leader. He also called the punch a big mistake, stating, "As a man, I failed." There is no predetermined date for Green's comeback because it was a mutual decision between the team and the player. Therefore, it's unclear if Green will play in Golden State's season opening on October 18th against the Los Angeles Lakers, when the reigning champions will receive their rings. What do you think was the cause of the fire that destroyed Mike Breen's house? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.